Well, hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, CK Sports. Clive Chaze is my name, and currently in the United Kingdom on holiday after covering the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. On our way back home to Uganda, just in time for the 2024 CHAN competition that Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania will be hosting from the 2nd of August to the 31st of August. But today, I'm honored and privileged to be joined by a very good friend of mine, Cephas Tendereza, I beg your pardon, who lives here in the United Kingdom. And with him, we are going to be discussing a very interesting topic, a topic that I believe every parent out there you should be interested in, especially that parents who has a child and you have big dreams for your child, especially in the line of sports. Many of you have kids who you want one day to see playing at the big stage in the world, especially in Europe, in the Premier League or any other place. And probably they're also doing other sports that are not football, but you have dreams of your kids being a professional athlete. Now, Cephas Tendereza here is going to help us break down everything we need to know about what it takes for a young kid to make it to the big stage. In the big stages, we are talking about the Premier League, we are talking about the La Liga, or any other professional league, not only in Europe, but across the world. Because on so many occasions, we have our kids out there, we have our relatives out there who are extremely talented, but who probably don't know the steps that they have to take for them to be able to get to that big stage. And one thing that we always forget is that they are competing with their fellow age mates who are actually in these countries. If you are in Uganda, if you're in Kenya, if you're in Tanzania, if you're in Zambia, around Burundi, and you have a 14-year-old who is talented and you believe they have what it takes to make it to the Premier League, there is a player in Europe, there is a player in England, there is a player in Spain, there is a player in Italy who is also in that age category, and they have the same dream. So those two players, their chances in one or the other are not the same, or to be able to make it to the big stage. But Cephas Tendereza is going to help us shed more light, and we'll probably get to understand what exactly it takes. Cephas, greetings, and thank you for joining us on CK Sports. This should be your debut, much as we've had several discussions.
Oh, thank you very much, Clive. I've been listening up for CK Sports every time you post. First of all, I've subscribed.
Thank you for subscribing.
I have also, so I've got these alerts on my Google Chrome.
Okay.
I receive all those alerts via email, via my Google Chrome pops up. So I'm always up to date with what's being posted. But first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back all the way from the Club World Cup. And of course, you're passing through London. Welcome to London. It's a privilege to catch up with you and share with you the lessons we've picked up over the years, but particularly how the United Kingdom, the structures work and how they prepare their players, how they manage expectations, how they the things that work out for different parents as well, from a parental perspective. And over the years, we've seen some changes, but particularly from the time a child is born, you know, the parents always have an activity that the children do, either from the time they are 5, when they begin playing sport. You know, the others may want to do pin rounders, others may teach their children cricket, others may teach their children football.
But the parent is involved from the onset.
They're very involved from the onset. So the parents will have a responsibility to buy the kits, to buy the boots, to find the children a local club, what we call grassroots clubs. So there's grassroots. So this is any type of sports, but mainly football. There's what they call grassroots football. Grassroots is like the lowest level. So you may find that for every area, every district, there is what we call a grassroots football club. It could be many clubs, but at least it's called grassroots level. So based on the age groups, and every age group there will have an opportunity for that player to join.
Do you have bomber grounds here? Like we have, it's like there's a bomber ground in every part of Uganda or Kenya, stuff like that.
Yeah, so every district or every council has got different parks, which have got different sporting amenities. So we don't have a bomber grounds as such, but there is a district park.
Oh yeah.
Which has like a football pitch, not really a football pitch, but space for a pitch. It could also be space for athletes, people to run. It could either be by subscription based, or it could be open for all to use that place. It's a public park. So it's designated by law that there should be that park. And because you pay your tax, there's a small portion of your tax that goes into maintaining that park.
Yes.
They slash the grass, they make sure that it is safe. So they close off the gates at night. There are also different facilities. There might be a tennis court. There might be a place for children to play or swing. Or there might be different facilities within that park, public toilets or changing rooms as appropriate. But particularly the grassroots football clubs use that space. On a Saturday.
That is the starting point.
That's the starting point. So the journey will have also begun from school, but mainly it's over the weekends. That's when the children get to play football. On a Saturday, they could do the training, and then on Sunday, they play the matches.
Okay.
So it's a two-way thing. So you find that for that,
at this level, everyone is welcome.
As
long as you have the interest.
As you have the interest. So you find that there might be a small fee to pay, which is either based on the facility you're having. If facilities, because it's grassroots, it's very, very cheap. It could be maybe £5 per session, or it could be £20 per month. That's a small fee that goes.
And that is managed by the council.
That's managed by the local clubs.
Okay. And the local clubs are supervised by the municipality?
So you have what you call the county football association, but all of them report to the government or the English football association, what we call the English FA. So all players who are a part of grassroots are registered on the system of the England Football Association.
Okay.
So you find that everyone has got a login, parents will have a login, and that club will also have a login where they can see their tables, they can see their fixtures, they can see player availability for that particular grassroots football club. So they have a login for all the players. They have a database of all the players who are in grassroots football. Okay. So you find like London, Birmingham, they've got different football associations, but all of them report to the England Football Association where you are registered, you upload, parents upload maybe their...
And what age group are we talking about here?
So we're talking of from about 8 to... The leagues normally become non-competitive from around under 7s.
So what you're telling me, from the age of 7, 6 or whatever, you're playing at that level, you're already in the database of the FA.
That's correct. So you've been registered, that grassroots club has registered you on their database.
From the age of 8, 7
Yes,
or whatever?
yes, 7, 8, 9. So they may ask you to upload your passport or birth certificate. And then a player picture, and you can see your profile on that page, and then you can see your fixtures for your particular group you're in. And then it builds like that. So the next season, if you wish to switch to another club, another grassroots club, you can just transfer your details over to another club, but your information will be stored on the English Football Association system.
Okay.
And so that then means that they'll keep track of what's happened to that player. They'll keep track so that club manages, there's a club manager who manages that information, who manages that space. And parents may log in to see their fixtures. It's on the app as well. See your fixtures you're playing in. You see your... so anything below 12 years is non-competitive.
Yeah.
So
just
if
playing for fun.
Yes. So you the league tables, you cannot see the league table for your group for when you are under 12.
Okay.
So when you reach 12 years, the league of 12.
Why is that so? Because I remember one time, former Uganda Cranes coach Jonathan McKinstry has shared, I don't know if he still works, if a team at that level, if a team lost by a particular score, the papers wouldn't report that score.
Yes, so
there's a time he was telling me how a team at that level lost by 10 or something, and the newspapers didn't actually report about the score because they didn't want to discourage or demoralize the kids. Yeah,
so there are two things here. There's the cups, then there's the league. So the league tables for under 12 are not visible to parents.
Okay.
But they are visible to the league managers. They can know, okay, we are in this position. But they cannot tell you.
Why do they keep them away from the parents?
I think it's non-competitive. They want children to learn, to enjoy.
Yeah.
They want parents not to manage. They manage the expectations of the parents such that they don't perhaps withdraw their child from that club.
Because the club is not doing well.
Yes, because the club is not doing well. They want the child to be active, to be happy, that they're at least having an opportunity to play. And then I think that's very, very important. And then when you reach the age of 12, under 12s, that's when it's visible to you. You can tell, oh, we are number 5 on the table. Because you've been going through all these years.
So at age 12, at the under 12s, you're still playing grassroots football?
It's still also considered grassroots.
Okay.
Still considered grassroots. So you're still, because anything below academy is called grassroots.
So when do you then get to the academy level?
Now, thank you very much. So what I call academy is a very big word, but it needs to be defined. An academy is, so the English Football League, what we call the EFL, has their standards by definition of an academy.
The EFL, that's the Premier League, the Championship, League One and League Two.
Yes, they have the definition of what an academy is. And they, therefore, the best that all those clubs that are affiliated to, those academies are affiliated to big clubs, have to have an academy as part of their, what we're calling club licensing, so to say it. So you need to demonstrate that you've got development teams, that you've got reserve teams, that you've got academy teams that are also working their way up. So it begins. So if you leave the grassroots, you can join maybe an intermediate groups. There could be maybe another league that maybe it's called EJL. There are different types of intermediates between there. So for you to join an academy, there are 3 criterions they use. So those clubs we've talked about in the EFL have development teams. That could be maybe what they're calling development centers. They've got what they call development centers. They've got elite development centers. They've got, so you go through those levels. So when for a club like West Ham United, for a club like Liverpool, they've got regional development centers across the Liverpool area, across the West Ham area, where children can enroll and be part of those development programs while they're still playing for their grassroots clubs.
Oh, okay.
So you can do both. So you can stay at your grassroots club, which trains once a week and plays match on a Sunday, but be part of West Ham Regional Development Center, where you go for coaching 1 day a week for maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
So the reason for this is for you to apply those skills that you'll be getting at that 1 day a week, to apply them to your grassroots football club as part of your development. So you can choose a parent.
So how do you get there? So they spot you, they scout you?
So there are 2 approaches. They put up the ads. They say we're now doing trials for that regional development center, which is the lowest level of the ladder to climb to an academy.
Okay.
So you've got, let's say, for example, Ipswich Town Football Club has got what they call the Regional Player Development Center. And that centers, they have centers all around Suffolk, all around Essex.
And where the team is best?
Where that center is best.
Okay. Oh, the center.
For you to apply. And if you've passed that very basic trial, you can then join that regional development center.
What's usually in the trial?
They analyze that the player is ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to take your football to another level? Do you have the very basics? Do you have the very, very basics of what it takes to play?
And which age group are we talking about here?
So from as early as under 8s.
Oh.
As early as 8.
Oh, you're still playing at the other level, but
you're still playing, but then one day you come a week, one day you come and go to your West Ham Regional Development Center, Cambridge United Regional Development Center, Manchester United Regional Development Center. Arsenal has also got one.
Okay.
So then you do that 1 day a week with your West Ham United, and the other days, on match days, you still go and play for your local football club.
Okay.
And of course, you pay a small fee for you to be in that regional development center. Parents, as a commitment, you pay a small fee. It's very, very subsidized normally. It could be maybe £10 per session or £5 per session, but you pay a fee for that season. So you've gone through that regional development center. That's your step 1 of the ladder.
Okay.
So then you begin. They give you matches to play during the half-term breaks, during the holidays. They can get you other Premier League fixtures with other clubs as well, other regional development centers of other clubs. So you begin playing with, maybe, let's say, for example, Fulham Regional Development Center during the holidays is going to play West Ham Development Center during the holidays, and they meet up and they play. and you begin that journey of getting accustomed to the professional league, the professional clubs, academy journey.
So they start preparing you for the big stage from
Yes.
the age of 8.
From the age of 8, that's correct. So your parents have an obligation to take you there for the training, and at the end of the 30 weeks normally, which starts maybe around maybe September till about May. So every week you go for the trainings every week. Maybe you have some matches in between, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours depending on the age group. So each of those regional development centers has got like under 7s, under 8s, under 9s, under 10s, all the way up to under 16s.
Okay.
So if yours is
still at the under 16s, you're still at the regional development.
Yes, there are
level.
players who are still there at that age group, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it depends again on their structure. So regional development center, that's the level 1 of West Ham United.
Yes.
The next one up could be, maybe they could call it West Ham Elites. You're now the next level up now.
How not tunatoka mu academy?
They're now talking about academy.
Okay.
You're now making your way
to the academy level.
Yes. So there's another so depending on the club, you may find that a club like Ipswich may have like 2 levels in between there before you reach the academy.
Okay.
Clubs like Man City may even have like 4.
So the academy, that is when they take you in.
Yes. And there, when you get in there, you'll not pay a fee. You'll maybe pay for maybe uniforms, travel, but you're now making your way to you're now the elites now. You've gone to the next level. Oh, Clive is good enough. We think you can do very
the
well.
academies usually start from which age group?
Normally 8.
Oh, still.
They might be called them pre-academy. So you can actually get promoted to the academy at 8.
Okay, so you
8.
get it from the regional development center, kind of football, then you're admitted into the academy.
Into the academy. So under 8 they start pre-academy. They call it pre-academy in some clubs. Pre-academy. Then you go to 9, and then you begin your journey. So now, for that elite development center, for that elites, you keep going up the ladder depending on the club.
So you can get to the under 15s, under 16s, but you've never been admitted in the academy. You're still playing regional development football.
Yes, or the next level of that club. You can go to the next level of that, but not academy. Maybe another level up. Like there you come from P1, you go to P2. Come from P2, you know what I mean?
There's too much pressure.
Yeah. And then now, let me say this. At 16, there's a cutoff. There are some guidelines they provide there. You may
At
find
the regional development level.
At the academy level. When you reach the age of 16, you'll be required to sign what they call scholarship. It's no longer now called academy, but it's part of it. But you may sign up what they call a scholarship. I think recently you've seen a certain player was just signed up for Chelsea.
Yeah, the Ugandan, McCain Kavma.
Yes, he's now on a scholarship. So he's passed the academy, but he's signed his first professional contract to prepare him for first team football.
Okay.
So he's left the academy. He's on what they call a scholarship. So a scholarship is most of the EFL clubs, 100% of all of them have that stage.
Okay.
Before the real first team football, you sign a scholarship.
So first, let's go back to the regional development level or centers.
Yeah.
From there, you're being again monitored.
Yes,
until
by the scouts of that club.
That your skills are good enough to be admitted into the academy.
Yes, so they might do, because you've already been in their setup, they may normally do 4 to 8 weeks trial. They invite you for a trial. In the academy.
Okay.
They invite you because you've been in their regional development center, they invite you. So there are different routes now.
But then there is also this other thing you told me.
Yeah.
They might invite you for a trial, but then they are putting you on standby because they are waiting to see which players is Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United releasing, because now those will be considered first before you are actually considered.
Yeah, so they have what they call retain and release. So in the academy system here in the United Kingdom, they have what called retain and release. So retain means, Clive, for this season, we're retaining you. You've been doing very well, we want to offer you another year. Or depending on 1 year.
They offer 2 years or 1 year?
So most of them it's 2 years. They give you a 2 year block, 2 year block, 2 year block. So if you're under 13, they give you 13, 14. Then they give you 15, 16. Because 16 is the cutoff.
Okay.
Because with 16, you now sign for the scholarship.
Okay.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, normally 12. You may find that they do 2 year blocks. If you're given 1 year, then when you start the next one, they'll give you 2 years. So retain and release means, Clive, you've not been good enough. We felt that you've not done very well. And we think that you're not good enough to continue with us. Maybe for some reasons which are either non-technical or technical, It could be as simple as maybe you're not demonstrating growth in your physical structure. Oli mumpinyo tokula. So the modern day sports science may be looking at very many factors.
You're all under toes, but your colleagues are growing.
You're
at
growing
speed, you're not growing.
Not that it's your problem, but that's how they're looking at it. There could also be other things as well. It could be attendance.
Yeah.
It could be punctuality. It could be maybe you're not
effort.
You're not putting in that effort to show that you've,
So still at that age, you're required to be competitive.
Yes.
So that you keep on being
you keep up, you keep up with that place, because remember that if you have signed a 2-year contract, you need to again keep up, and because you want to be released and you've missed because of this. So they have the matches, they have the sessions, twice a week training, match days on the weekend, but it's holistic. It's holistic because they're also monitoring your school levels as well. So because you've joined the academy, you're not going to just be doing the football. They'll also be watching you develop at school.
Yes.
So it's holistic in that they want you to also develop in school. So they have, at the time when you're signing your agreements, they'll also contact your school. Kibuli, Uganda Road, or whatever school you are in. Normally it's secondary or primary. They'll contact your school and let them know that we have admitted your son into the academy.
Your student.
Yes. So. And so we would like to have an opportunity to work with you as well as a school to support his development.
Okay.
They're asking the school now, we want to work with you as a school to support
the development
of this child.
Yes.
So then you give consent as a school. Could be consent for him to leave early. Isn't it?
Yes.
Finish school early on a certain day of the week. On a Friday, maybe finish at school.
So the school has your academic schedule?
Yes.
The academy has your school schedule?
Yes. So they've asked for consent. So you oblige, and as a school, you provide that support for that child to develop holistically on the football side. So leave school early, foreign trips, and also academic performance. How is he doing? How is he doing in class? They see those reports. They retrieve your reports from even primary.
They follow you up to that level.
So it's holistic. Is he excelling in the class?
Which areas was he good at in class?
Yes, so they have that report. And again, permission is very key here. Some clubs do trips abroad. Some clubs need to do trips at the weekend, and they need to fly out on Saturday, on Friday, and back on Sunday. So they need to, that Friday, you don't go into school that day.
And the school knows.
And the school knows.
So you won't get into trouble.
No, you won't. You won't, because they're also holistically developing you as well. So that's another thing. So return and release is that. You retain, you're given an opportunity to continue. Release, you release. However, your release is another process as well. They have that support structures. All these clubs have got their support structures for players who have been released. Okay. And in every club there is that program, which is very, very, they've actually even given us, they've given them more, more guidelines, because you've heard of cases of suicide. You've heard of cases of children committing suicide because they've been released by an academy. I think one of the best clubs with that program is Crystal Palace. They've got a very, very good program for players who have been released from the academy. So every club has got that program. It's got dedicated staff who look after children who have been released. And it's even all across up to the professional level. You've heard about this recently. Bevis Mugabe was part of that group by the people who are free agents. They also have that program for professional football. FP.
They help you find a club.
But also give you an opportunity to camp and develop and scout as well.
Does it happen to players who don't have agents or any
No,
player?
it's purely voluntary. You opt in as a player to go and be part of that program.
Oh.
And I think it's held at St. George's Park. That's where the headquarters of the English Football Association are. So, return and release. However, now the question that you asked was, so these clubs are monitoring what's happening around. Chelsea is releasing end of season, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal is releasing, and other clubs as well want to monitor that players who are being released. Perhaps they're good enough to join us.
Okay.
Perhaps they're not good enough. So they also want to bring them in and evaluate them. So they also give opportunities for those as well. However, the key thing you have to note is that I'm being released. They're being released because of certain reasons. And we don't necessarily have to admit them, but let's look at them and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you find that Brighton can wait for the releases of Chelsea and Arsenal and then bring them over and see how they're doing and give them a trial and give them a talent ID and see how they're performing and maybe sign them up. However, the guideline...
At that level,
Yeah.
if we are at Brighton, do we have data access to players at these other clubs so that we can monitor and see how they're doing and stuff like that?
Normally, it's the clubs talk to each other. These clubs talk to each other. They always talk to each other. I can tell you this very recently. One of the, I'll not say you the club, but he put up a post on his social saying, we've got some very, very good players who have not, unfortunately, are not able to continue their stay at this club. If you know you have an opportunity for him in your local clubs, please come and speak to me. That release these players. And this guy is putting out this post saying, I've got players for you. Come and see me. You know what I mean? Come and speak to me and give them an opportunity. You know what I mean? So they speak to each other, but for us in the media, we may not know. Yeah. Because they don't put up in the post, they don't put up in the socials. Yeah. Like the way
they communicate within themselves.
They communicate within themselves because they work together, they know. Now, the key thing here is before we go ahead, there's what we call categories. And normally the word categories is abbreviated as being CAT, C-A-T. So CAT 1, Category 1, Academy, Category 2, Academy, Category 3, Academy, maybe 4, maybe. But all this is done by, there's a professional, independent body that has been created to monitor, to gauge, to evaluate academies in the United Kingdom. Okay. I think it's independent, but so they go and evaluate this academy based on very many reasons. That's like they see club licensing, and they do their the grades, and they do their checks and see. So they grade a lot of things. They grade first and foremost thing is infrastructure, governance, coaching, the education that happens there, and lastly, very important thing is homegrown talent. Yes, homegrown talent, meaning players who have gone through our structures. That's what I mean by saying homegrown talent. But homegrown talent. Not that player coming in from Chelsea to join.
At the age of 16, 15.
No, that would be categorized as homegrown talent. Homegrown talent are those ones who have gone through your structures from age 8. You've seen, you've heard of Maino,
Marcus Rashford.
They've all gone through those guys, you know, they have gone through that structure of the club from when they were young, you know. So how many have you promoted to the first team? That's also graded. But again, infrastructure is very key. We have our own infrastructure. We know that Arsenal has got their own infrastructure, their own academy fields, academy grounds, academy, you know, they've got their pitches, isn't it? They've got in that pitches, they've got their changing rooms, they've got their gym, they've got their kitchen, they've got that, what I'm calling HPC, High Performance Center. They've got everything within that one place, that location. It's ours. So you go through those grades, Man City, Chelsea, Brighton, Leicester, now very recently Birmingham City, and now very recently Ipswich. Ipswich Town, they've become category 1s. Cat 1 Academy. Because they have what it requires to be in that grade. They've filled they've ticked all the boxes. The things are in place. They're in use. They've got all those. Then you go below category 2. Category 3. Now, 2 and 3.
So, in the top 4 tiers, is it mandatory to be in category 1, or you'll find teams in the top 4 tiers? That's the English Football League when they don't fall in category 1.
Yeah, Premier League clubs that are not category 1. Okay. They are there. Either they have fallen short during the grading, or they've not yet invested. They don't have yet the money.
So they don't entirely lock you out. They just categorize you.
I mean, Luton was promoted, wasn't it? But was that academy category 1? Maybe not.
Yes.
At that time of promotion, maybe it wasn't a category 1 academy. You get it? When was it? 2 seasons ago.
Was it? I think so.
When Luton got promoted to the Premier League. Maybe the academy wasn't a category 1 academy. Because, you know, they're even struggling with their stadium. You know, their stadium was small. So for you to be able to say I'm category 1, you need to demonstrate those things. Then they're category 2s. So They don't own it. They don't own that. They don't have that infrastructure. But they hire from someone else, or they use
somebody else's property.
That you'll also be categorized on that. You could become a category 2 because of that. You could become a category 2 because you don't yet have the staffing levels.
Okay.
Coaches, how many coaches? Minimum how many coaches? On a match day, let's say the under 12s have gone for a trip in Manchester. How many coaches will make the trip? That's one age group of 12 players.
12. 18, a team of 18. How many coaches?
Not even 18. 10 players.
10 players. How many coaches are you traveling with?
Yeah. Head coach, or maybe team lead, physio, all the things. So you don't have, because you don't yet have the capacity to hire them. You don't have the capacity to give them contracts. You see? Because you're limited financially, so you'll be graded on that. And you might become a category 2 because of that. You have category 3. Category 3, again, might be lacking in many things. They might be lacking in infrastructure. They hire someone else's, or they hire someone else's infrastructure. They use another club's property, whereby after finishing training, they have to leave. Whereas in Cobham for Chelsea, that's theirs. That's theirs. Anytime they want. They share property. They don't have to hurry to leave. So, those are things. But also it could be small things. Treatment rooms. It could be maybe
what technology you have around.
Sauna. It could be sauna bath. It could be osteopaths. It could be maybe again, talked about technology. Maybe it could be technology could mean recording matches. Post performance analyst, data stats. Performance analysts. All those
Catapults
things. Are also monitored as well. So category 1, category 2, category 3. Now, category 3 players are also, it's an academy as well. It's an academy, and everyone is even fighting to go there.
To get there.
Because not everyone is going to category 1. So you begin the journey with category 1, in category 3.
In category 3, yeah.
And there's no chance, even if you don't go to category 1, you can still achieve your full potential in the category 3 for the duration you're there in the academy. You can be as good as that one in category 1, because category 1 may just be the name.
Yes.
But even in category 3, you can achieve your full potential. You can get your good coaching, get good matches, and you get promoted to scholarship level and get to the first team. And you'll be given a contract. You've achieved your potential. So there are very many children who want to join category 3s.
So, okay, you were finishing up something.
Yeah.
At the elite level, rather, when you sign the scholarship contracts you talked about, we recently saw Chelsea unveiling their players who had signed the elite contracts and all that. How many steps then are there between that level and the first team?
I think it's normally 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. No, max 2 years. Because I think by the age of 17...
Because in between there, I think that's where you also have the reserve league.
So 16, under 16s, you sign your scholarship. I believe so. And at 17, you then sign your first profession. Something like that, in between there.
When do you sign the youth contract?
Around that age, 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you sign your youth. And then you'll then, you can then actually be called up to play for the first team.
At that stage, you qualify to represent
you qualify, you qualify. When you've reached past 16, you can even go at 16, 17, you can go at the first team. But you cannot go at 15, unless you're really, really good enough. They have to go through the guidelines. There's a process that you have to go through before you...
Which age group plays the reserve leagues?
Reserve leagues are normally...
The reserve leagues, the youth FA Cup, or the FA Cup, I think, is played at different
again,
age
17,
groups.
18s, 17, 18s, 17, 18s. Those are the ones who play the reserve league. They play the youth cups, 17, 18. Max 18, I think. I think 18, you may not. You may be on the level, but no more than 18. No more than 18. Again, it depends on your date of birth, but 16 to 18, max.
So, Cephas,
yeah.
We might not have the exact numbers, but by the time we start out, let me say at the age of 8, you're probably thousands, and we are talking about just one region.
Yeah.
And you're probably in thousands. By the time you get to 16, 17, let's just look at one region.
Yeah.
Not national.
I mean, there are many children up. If you look at the numbers, I think in the United Kingdom, there may be about 100,000 children plus, close to 1 million.
Who are admitted every year?
Who are playing grassroots football. 1 million.
Like right now?
Yeah, about 1 million.
Across the country?
Yeah, about 1 million children are
Under
playing.
the age of 8?
From 8 to 12, even beyond. About 1 million plus. It could even be 2 million, if I'm not mistaken. But there are structures in place. Begins with the parents. Are they willing to continue the journey for their child?
Yeah.
Are they willing? Because they're constructing very many things. The parents have to go to work. Parents have got other siblings. Along the way, the children may begin going to secondary. They may feel they don't need to continue football, because of very many factors. The parents may want them to concentrate on the academic side of things, because they may have to also go for coaching. Some of them children go for coaching. They may prefer to. They may just lose interest.
Parent?
Both.
Okay.
Both the parents and the children.
And the child.
Yeah, again, takes a very lot of effort, and big thanks to all parents, because it's a very demanding. Past the grassroots. But when you reach the academic level, it's more demanding. Very much demanding. So the numbers are based on the commitment. So here we have two categories here now. I've talked about the parents' efforts. So there are two systems here now. We've got the scouting route. Scouting route is another option whereby showcases are held, tournaments are held, and scouts go there. So all these big clubs, all these EFL clubs have got scouts. All of them, by law, by terms of the football standards, there has to be a scout. There has to be a scout. Either every region, either international. Now, category 1s have got international scouts. Category 1 clubs can invite players from abroad. Category 3 clubs, unfortunately, they may not. So a player may come from Jamaica and they'll join Man United because of their level they've got the funding.
From Brazil, I mean,
they've got the funding. They've got the funding to be able to look after that child and his family, or at least a guardian, to travel all the way from Jamaica and camp in Manchester for the duration of the child's development. The Cat 1 clubs can invite players from abroad. These other clubs may not, because of their finances, or maybe because of structures in place, may not support that. Now, scouting route means that Clive is a scout. He knows tournaments that are happening around the summertime or at a certain time of the day, of the week. And Clive will go and do the scouting. And he will identify talent and will give out a business card to a parent. Contact me. I may have something for your child. That's another route that can help someone to go into an academy.
Yes.
Scouting route. So
But
scouts,
not directly, through a trial.
through a trial, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, depending.
And they are monitoring and evaluating
Yes,
so
they're
many
monitoring
things
and
beyond
evaluating.
your abilities on
Or,
the
and
ball.
if they again see that you're not good enough, they might tell you to join the development teams.
Oh, they don't give up on you entirely.
No, they might ask you to go and join the development teams. Again, it's an option, because the development teams may be asking you to pay. May ask you to pay, but the academy don't pay. But the development, you've gone through, but we feel you need about a year or so.
Yeah.
Are you happy to continue, start with our development? Or they might check on you again later, depending on what the scouts program is. They might do another what they call talent ID. Talent ID means come all together, we do a match. We play this club and you see how you're doing. Talent ID, talent identification. So scouting route is key here. The next route is the what we've talked about, the promotion route. Clive's child has been in West Ham from when he was development. He went through the steps and finally is into the academy, minus a scout from another club scouting him. Slowly by slowly through that club. And finally you've made it to the top. Or you're in the academy because you began at the lowest level. But here a scout came and identified you. You're in this local grassroots club and you straight away went into the academy. And you did very well. And they signed you up. You see the difference? So there are different routes. Every club has got their own route. Every club has got their own structure of bringing players. Scouts, it can be, they've talked about talent IDs. They can say, okay, let's go to this place and we do. Now the club itself will do that tournament. and they'll scout players from there. All the club can do,
Yeah,
maybe
actually, most of the elite clubs do that. They organize tournaments.
the tournaments,
summer
and then they scout from there. Just want to make things a bit easier. So there are different routes of entering the academies. Scouting route, and then talent IDs, and then you've got the when you're part of that that club itself, and you go through those routes. So coming back again, the parents have played a very key role here. Parents are finding that they're supporting that child, taking for the matches, being on time, going away trips as well. Away trips are very, very important. The away trips, the parents have to go. And I can tell you this, they don't normally, if the clubs have the money, they might give you reimburse your transport.
There's something that you also talked about when we were having a chat. An academy will find it hard to admit you if you're not staying within a certain proximity of where they are located.
Yes, so the clubs are all distributed all across the country, but where they train from is your home. That's where you'll be spending all your time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your home, where's your home? Where do you train from? Twice a week. So they will ask you, where do you live? And it could be as simple as putting it in Google.
How many kilometers from the training
Yes,
ground?
again, they are standard. So anything below is it 11? You should not be more than 90 minutes. 90 minutes is 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
90 minutes from the training ground. No more than 90 minutes. Meaning,
What's the logic behind?
the key thing here is that they don't want you to strain so hard to make the trip for the child. Whether you're using public means or by driving, it should be within reach of where you live. It should be within reach, such that it's calculated that that child will still be able to do his best. If you drive to that place, which is normally the means of transport, or if you're taking the train, but normally they take driving because some of the training grounds are cut off from the main roads. So the driving is a common method of transport. So you should be able for that child to leave school and go for the training and arrive within that time.
Okay.
In time for training, which normally may start at 5 p.m. What? 5 p.m. And most schools finish at 3. You get what I mean? For some age groups. So for example, under 8s, under 9s, they finish at 3. But you may find that they start early, the training sessions for the academy, as early as 5:30. They cannot start at 8 p.m. Why?
You're dozing off.
You're dozing off. Time for bed. Time for bed. Thank you. Time for bed. For that age group, you need to be in bed. So they do that. And then you find the older you grow, the later they finish. So for example, under 13s may start training at 7 and finish at 8:30. You get it? So
home should be closed.
The home should be closed. And then lastly, anyone above 12, it's 60 minutes.
Of training.
The distance, travel distance.
Oh, above 12.
Above 12,
minutes.
yes, 60 minutes.
So the distance should be closer.
Yes. So, no, I've gotten this a bit wrong. Under 12 and above, it's 1.5 hours.
12 and above.
12 and above.
90
yes,
minutes.
90 minutes.
12 and below.
12 and below,
60
minutes.
60 minutes. Interesting. Wow. Now I want to take it back home.
Yes.
Uganda in particular, or even.
But there are a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions there. Like, they exceptionally may consider you to, if it's, for example, you can say the child's school finishes late. You get it? Maybe if school is finishing late, or exceptionally, where you're located is, I don't know, there's like exceptional standards for it's to the discretion of the academy. Let me say that.
Does that mean that it continues to become extremely hard for players from Africa, East Africa, or Uganda in particular, to make it to that level? First of all, the way they are developed and stuff like that, but probably also because of our location and all that.
I mean, for the Category 1 academies, they have the right to bring players from abroad at an early age. They have the right.
What kind of player?
Yes, that's the question now. So we've seen that back home the efforts that are in place to develop players from when they are born for their nutrition,
Are there efforts then, Cephas?
I believe every parent will have that effort, to what they feed their child. Those are some of the initiatives that need to be looked into. The feeding, to be able to prepare that player holistically, But
No, because why I'm asking,
Yeah.
from your explanation, you have kids here starting as early as the age of 8, and at that level, you're in the national system, and your data is being captured
yeah,
every now and then. And on so many occasions, you even have players who are good, and by the age of 10, they are yet to start their development.
yeah,
By the age of 12, 15, we don't even have a national database where these players can be monitored and stuff like that. So if a player like that is being monitored or is being scouted and identified, the first thing they will ask is, let's look at his numbers. Let's look at his development program, and it's nowhere to be seen, which for me probably makes it extremely hard for that kind of player to probably go through the process of making it.
Yeah. So in this case, it will be very difficult because you will not be able to justify with the data and stats about that player. You have no records. You do not have the ability to be able to. The player has not been prepared properly. They've been prepared late. They began their journey late at maybe 12, 15. That's when they began their journey. And they only discovered that they're very good enough at the age of 15. That they discovered that, oh, I'm actually good. Because that data has not been captured by our systems. Second of all, it's a learning point too, and a challenge and an opportunity as well to benchmark and say, how are those people doing it? What's our long-term goal? How can we do this? How can we prepare that player? We've talked about things like Odilo, where schools football, which are already beginning. But you may find that schools football is also starting later.
Yeah.
Schools football is starting at 13?
Around there.
Yes. So what happens before 13?
But are you also getting the right coaching?
Yes.
The right development?
Yeah. So,
because the other bit where probably our colleagues from the other parts of the continent age us is the fact that maybe not directly to Europe, but they'll have most of their players being integrated into the system in other parts of the continent. So it also becomes easier for them because they've gone through that development then to get in to get at the big stage of the Premier League and stuff like that. And we still want to hold on to our future stars when opportunities like those come and teams want to take them up so that they go through those developments. Yeah.
So we have there's more work to be done in like we talked about that the big future plan, which of course they call it the technical master plan. How is that process of preparing a player? And if there's a route, because what happens in the United Kingdom is very different from what happens in America.
Yeah, true.
What happens in Russia? What happens in Belgium?
In Asia.
In Asia. So, what works for Uganda, which is our country, maybe we have that understanding that we dream to play at the highest level in Europe. And so how do we do that? You may use the approach of the tournaments, which don't happen here.
Yeah.
Here we don't have those big tournaments. Whereas where not everyone here in the United Kingdom is going to join the national team of England. But in
I think
Africa,
that's the case everywhere.
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to join the national
however, in Africa, you may find that there are more opportunities to have because the numbers of people playing football are fewer, but they are more. The desire is there, the talent is there,
And do you think the idea of FIFA, the idea they introduced of the under-17 World Cup being played annually, do you think that's an idea that can probably try to bridge the gap? Because that also means that you will be playing qualifiers every year.
Yeah.
That's at the regional level.
Yes.
So meaning that kids at that level are assured of international football every year. if you go through the qualifiers, that means that you are getting to the AFCON
Yes.
every single year.
Yeah.
So you are assured of playing at the big stage like the World Cup every
Yeah.
single year. Yes, if you're Uganda, then probably that is where your focus should be. But
Yeah.
also to get there, it means that you are doing the right things at that level to make sure that you are developing the players the proper way so that they can be able to play consistently
Yeah.
at that level. Because I believe if you probably played at the World Cup for 3 or 4 consecutive years, chances are that your players will get an opportunity
Yeah.
to be spotted. And if for 1 or 2 are, then that means that every time you come back, people are paying attention to you.
Yeah.
What you gave us Clive the other year. Who are you giving us this year? Are you giving us Cephas? Who are you giving us the next year and stuff like
And
that?
so you have under 17. So by the time you reach 20, we are okay, like you're 16. By the time you reach 18, you'll have played 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
If you started at 15, by
Yeah.
the time you would have played 3.
And at 15, you'll have played some regional tournaments, which will give you more
yeah, but
exposure.
now that is at national level.
At national level, yes.
And you can only have a squad of 20 to 25.
Yeah.
But then you have hundreds of them who are probably yearning to be at the stage. What platform are you creating for them to be prepared for
the
that
World
stage?
Cup is the highest level.
Yes,
which
that age group.
Yeah, that age group, which has also the international scouts, or the scouts from abroad who want to bring in 1 or 2 talents. And you may find that out of a squad of about 23 players, 3 will be foreign.
Yes.
For the category 1 clubs. They'll identify a talent that is abroad.
Because there's a quota.
There's a quota, yes, there's a quota for that. And again, he will go through the development stages. He will not be thrown into the deep end. You know what I mean? If he's scouted. And he will then, therefore, maybe sign his first contract. But we're talking of many, many children. We're talking of about the people who are going for the World Cup happening in Qatar next year.
This year, actually.
This year. You can see that a lot is at stake for them to demonstrate to par. Because there are other routes as well that other clubs are using. They may not tap talent from that World Cup. Maybe they have gone there, they will not be impressed.
Yeah.
Maybe they have not been impressed. Maybe the ones who are going to be impressed are the ones who are already in Europe. That the players from the other continents may not impress. So it's a very, very tight competition. And again, how do we manage the expectations as a country?
As a country.
How do we manage the expectations as parents?
Yes.
And even as players. So there are 3 things here. For the purposes of us as a country, let's make these opportunities available. That's what we need to do.
Yes.
Let's use the resources we have to make and what Arsene Wenger said, let as many children play. And what's that one thing that's missing? It's the ball.
Yes.
You can imagine this thing called the ball is missing. I don't know. The ball is missing in your village.
I'm managing a player from the age of 8 to probably 15 or 16. How many matches do they have in their legs at this level?
Very many matches
because everything, like you said, is being documented.
Yeah.
And now compare that to a player. I mean, you'll have a player probably getting to the age of 15, and they have not even amassed 50 games in their legs. And you want to compete with somebody who has over 200 games.
Yes. At that age group. Because they're playing grassroots football, which is based on time, number of players on the pitch. So you find that under 9s, under 10s, there are 7 on the pitch. How many?
7 on the pitch.
On the smaller pitch. They play for 25. Under 12s, so that's how many? 50 minutes. So the higher you go, you play. So you have a season, you play about 22 matches, plus the League Cups. And that's competitive within your age group.
Yes.
As the season is done. Again, pre-season start. There is a league. So, whereas in Uganda, we only have the FIFA Juniors League and maybe the competitions. But there is no league. There is no league at district level.
For that age group.
For that age group. No, it's not there.
Or for different age groups.
Yes, it's not there. It's either, because they're in school. School will not have a league. You get it? They'll just have a tournament.
In the first quarter of the year.
Yes, they'll have a tournament, which is the school's football. But it's not a league. You know the difference?
Yeah.
You're getting home and away. You're playing as a league. So we are only starting the league. FIFA Junior League starts at what age group?
17.
17. Thank you. But have they played the league at 15? Maybe no. Have they played the league at 13? No.
No.
Apart from tournaments.
Yes.
So you can see that there's a lot to get that leg work, to get that ball work in.
As we wind up,
Yeah.
I wanted you to elaborate more on the managing of expectations, especially for parents, but also a message to parents out there who have dreams of having their kids get to this level, but they probably don't know how much influence they have in making sure that their kids make it to the big stage. It might not be directly at the Premier League, but anywhere they can make it as elite athletes.
Yeah, I think support your child in their development, first of all. Be there for the child. The key things here are availability of resources. So set aside some funds for them to have the boots, have the balls, first of all. You need the balls for them to play. The balls have to be there. That's the first thing, is the ball. Have a small budget. Set aside that small budget and kind of see, what can I invest a small budget in, you know? Even if it's 10,000 shillings, even if it's, I don't know, how much do you have? How much can you raise in your budget? That's the first thing, that small amount of money. The second thing is time. What's the best time for a child to play football to our standards in Uganda? They finish school at 5, don't they?
Some
4.
of them.
And the way they generate their way back home is late. By the time they're home, it's dark.
Actually, they leave home for school at 5 a.m.
Yes,
in the
so
morning.
that means that the best time for them to play football is either at school during their break time or at the weekend.
Yes.
So are you available at the weekend to take them to help that grow their game, their desire for sports or their desire for? And that's where I'm saying now. That's where we need to start. That time, the resource is time. So avail your time, avail that resource. And again, lastly is the holistic development. Ensure that they are also excelling academically. Ensure that they are being supported.
Both.
Yes, to excel academically, holistically. So support their development in class. So it could be coaching, the academia side, but also then that extra coaching to do the football as well. That extra. Because remember, we don't have the leagues. They don't have the clubs playing football every weekend. So they need to do more. Amass that game time of playing to develop their skills extra. Because the more skilled you play, the better. The more games you play, the more exercise. And then feeding as well. You know, we talk about feeding in many ways. It could be to grow their body. So foods that will allow them to grow. A child starts growing based also on what they eat. They used to tell us that eating fish will help you grow. So have that diet for them.
Pay attention to the kind of food they eat.
They eat at a young age. It can have an impact. And by the time, you may find that by the time they reach 12, they're not growing anymore. They're not getting taller anymore. So catch that age where you know that they need to be feeding. Give them proteinous foods. Give them the foods that will help them put on the body. Milk. And you know, some children may have missed breastfeeding as well.
Many of them, actually.
And again, that's very key. While they're growing up, that can affect them in many ways. So the feeding, pay attention to those things. Again, we know the foods we have to back home. Beans are very good. Fish is very good. Chicken is very good. Not meat, but chicken is very good. Potatoes, you know, are very good. I wouldn't say matoke, but certainly that, you know, you need the foods that will allow them to. Potatoes are very, very good. Potatoes.
So you have to be intentional.
Intentional on how you're feeding
with
them.
everything.
Yeah.
How you feed them, how you support them.
Are they eating seeds?
I hear you mention seeds a lot. What kind of seeds are we talking about?
We're talking about nuts. Ebinyewa.
Okay.
Ebinyewa. What other seeds do we have in Uganda? It could be sim seeds. It could be seeds that are within reach. Cashew nuts. What do we have? What seeds do we have? What can you see when you go in the market to the shops? You know, seeds are very full of protein, natural protein. Beans are seeds, aren't they? Legumes.
Yeah, but then as we wind up, as a country, do you think we've done enough in that area of development?
I mean,
or we still have a long way to go?
Nutrition is very key. We don't yet have nutritionists who are
at every level.
Every level. So you may find a nutritionist is only coming to the Uganda Cranes camp. Is he there?
Have them at club level.
Is he there in the kitchen? Is he part of that menu? Or it's jaja yamanyo kufumba mere. Yamanyo kufumba knows how to cook, but not what to cook. So the nutritionist should be involved in designing a meal plan for a football player, a meal plan starts from the budget.
So when people like Cristiano Ronaldo are hiring their personal nutritionists and chefs, Simalala, they actually know.
They know that I need to work on this within this 6 months. I need to be. I'll give you an example. Someone one time told me that they had a very small thing on their nose here, but they began eating a certain type of yogurt and it disappeared. So there are some things that intentional, some type of things that you need to be eating to help you with some things. You know, so the nutritionists need to be more. Nutritionist is not going to be there only when the team has gone into camp. Nutrition should be
part of the journey,
part of the journey, to do the meal plan, to understand what foods are available in Uganda, what tropical foods are available. You know, what type of chicken are we eating?
There's somebody who complained we eat a lot of starch. They will come for a meal and kuliko bumonde, kuliko lumonde, kuliko muwogo, kulika kawunga. Like,
yeah, again,
too much.
Again, depending again on how you because you're talking about match days being 2 days away. Recovery period, you know, when you've eaten that food, you have a match tomorrow. What are you recovering from that food that you've eaten? Where are you resting? What type of swimming pool are you using? What type of beddings? What type of TV is it? Are there TVs in the room? They're not needed in the bedrooms as part of recovery. You get it? So there are different things you look at as part of recovery.
The things that we take for granted,
yes,
which actually play a crucial role
because
in your development,
that
but also in your
needs
performance.
To sleep. That TV should not be in the bedroom.
There should be a TV room.
In the TV room, in the lounge, yes, because they need to sleep. They need to sleep. Because that's going to affect them. It's going to affect them 100%.
I read a story,
you know,
where Tottenham Hotspurs bought beds and mattresses for their players, the same kind that they had at their training grounds, because they wanted the way their players rest at the training grounds should be the same way they rest when they are at home.
Yeah.
So they make sure the beds and the mattresses are identical for all of them. Like, it has gotten to that level.
Yeah.
For you to perform, these are the kinds of things we need to pay attention to. But Cephas,
just to tell you this. So on the kitchen area, when you're being served, there'll be a scale. There'll be a scale of what? Of how much salmon I'm giving you. There'll be a scale of what's the weight of that potato I'm giving you. Not because I want you to know that you're eating this amount of, you get it? At the scale, not just, nyongera kakafi. No, not about nyongera kakafi, but there has to be that proportion of the diet that's going to help you tomorrow. That has to be, stick to that. You know what I mean? So, as we finish, like I said, the journey is again finishing in such a way that we have a lot to do. We've begun as a country. It might take us years, but I think we're laying the foundations now. We're discovering, we're called discovery stage. We're building the stadiums. We need to invest more in more money in doing what needs to be done, the priority areas, you know. And again, we've talked about nutritionists. Let's not be in a rush to go for the tournaments. Let's not be in a rush to go for the tournaments. No, tournaments are not needed. The tournaments, we need to do more funding to go towards
pay attention
the regions, scouting talent, and spending time in those areas to understand the players, to understand the socio-economic differences, you know, before we actually know that this is a player that we think will be able to help us and achieve our targets. Again, this I'll do again another opportunity. I'll come back and I'll
obviously there should be a part two. There's going to be a part two. But of course, that has been our discussion or conversation with Cephas Tendereza, what it takes to prepare a player for the big stage, the processes that they need to go through for them to get to that level. So if you're watching and wondering why we don't have players at that level, now you probably have a glimpse of why we don't have players at that level and what we need to do to have players at that level. If you've enjoyed our discussion, feel free to leave a comment for us. You can also leave a like. It is a beautiful feedback, but also you can share this link with somebody out there that you feel will enjoy and learn a thing or two. Until next time, Clive Chaze is my name. Cephas Tendereza has been my guest here in the United Kingdom. Have a blessed day.